These are the 20 most insane Super Bowl plays in NFL history. And first up, Julio Jones turns into an NFL legend before our very eyes.
Steps through it, throws on the run, and Jones with a catch. Phenomenal catch by Julio Jones on the sideline.
Hey, Bro's mom would be so proud. But Eli Manning's mom must be even prouder, because her son is about to make the biggest throw of his career.
Four-man rush. Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham.
Hey, yo, I think Eli Manning just became Tom Brady's dad. But Leon Lett isn't becoming anybody's daddy. He's too busy patting himself on the back.
Picked up by Leon Lett. Can he go all the way? He's being chased by BB. What's out? Did he get across? No, they are not. That's going to be a touchback. If they call that a no touchdown, he's going to dig a hole and crawl out of this place from there.
The fumble went forward through the end zone and out of the end zone, creating a touchback.
Was the celly worth it? I think so. But one thing I do know, you should get your popcorn ready. Because we're only 3 moments down with 17 more to go. We're talking about gutsy onside kicks, game-altering interceptions, and the time one player got gum stuck on his helmet. But first, the name Aaron Donald comes to mind. Because this dude is a one-man wrecking crew. The year was 2022, and Donald had achieved almost everything there was to achieve. He was coming off his 17th consecutive first-team All-Pro, and had yet to miss a single Pro Bowl. He was the 2014 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and even a member of the Hall of Fame All-2010s team. But there was one thing missing from his illustrious resume. Now the only thing standing between him and a Super Bowl was one defensive stand.
Burrow trying to keep it going, gets spun down, gets it away, and incomplete. It looked like P-Ron might have had a shot to make the grab, but the Rams now running down to celebrate with a defensive play.
And guess who?
That's right, Aaron Donald. You earned that Super Bowl ring. This reminds me, there are 2 different people in the NFL. Those who run for the moment and those who embrace it. Can you guess which one Devin Hester is?
And covering kicks, it's Hester. Trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester. Inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
Haters gonna hate, but it's time we get this man to Canton. On the other hand, Jermaine Kearse is far from a superstar, but with the Super Bowl on the line, he sent the whole world into shambles.
Russell in the pocket. Russell for Carson, but somehow, did he wind up with a football?
I think Butler hit it and it fell right back down to the ground. Unbelievable.
For a whole 60 seconds, the Seahawks were on cloud 9. Keep watching the video to find out what happens next. But first, we gotta talk about Super Bowl 57. The game came down to the wire. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles were against the Patrick Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes-led Chiefs. 35-35 with less than 2 minutes remaining. It was the classic ending that every fan had been eagerly awaiting. However, time wasn't on the Eagles' side. It was 3rd and 8, and if the Eagles wanted to touch the ball before the end of the game, it was a must stop. That's when Patrick Mahomes put the game in the hands of the people he trusted the most, the referees.
Mahomes, pressure, lofty one, end zone incomplete. Hang on, there's a penalty.
James Bradbury, they're going to say he grabs him, got his left hand on his back. I don't know. Obviously, Mahomes thought he saw it, I think.
One call didn't go the Eagles' way, and it costed them a Super Bowl. Oh, and the whole city of Philadelphia nearly burned down in the process. But this begs the million-dollar question, did the refs get it right? Or are they just glazing Patrick Mahomes like the rest of the media?
What's your thought on the call?
I mean, I pulled the jersey, they called holding. I was hoping they would let it ride, but it wasn't holding.
Is that something they typically let ride?
I'm not sure.
Man, that was so wholesome. I mean, James Bradbury could have so easily blamed the refs and taken the weight off the shoulders. But no, this man took full responsibility for his actions. So you'd think that this whole call versus no call controversy would be put to bed. However, you have to keep in mind this is Juju Smith-Schuster he held. And if his TikTok presence teaches us anything, is that this man doesn't know when to stop.
And he says, "Happy Valentine's Day, everybody." It has a picture of James Bradbury, and it says, "I'll hold you when it matters."
Come on now.
most.
Wow, I don't know if this guy realizes who he's up against. He not only pissed off James Bradberry, but now every man within a 10-foot radius of Philly wants him dead. And if you think that's scary, you have to see our 13th play. Because imagine trying to make a life-changing catch in the middle of complete chaos.
Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch. Alford knocked it up into the air, and let's see who comes down with it. Oh, that's a catch.
Dang, this catch was so good, Bro wrote a kid's book about it. Now, that last play was scary, but this next play is straight up horrifying. Because 1 second, your franchise quarterback is breaking down the secondary, and the next, he's flipping through the air, putting his entire body on the line.
The kickoff and run, Elway inside the 10, and dives over the 5-yard line. What a great play. Great play by John Elway. Launched himself into the defenders.
Man, Elway was willing to do anything to win a Super Bowl. This couldn't be further from the opposite with Cam Newton. See, in 2015, Super Cam was taking over the entire league. For 16 weeks straight, he was obliterating opposing defenses. He accounted for almost 4,500 yards of total offenses and a whopping 48 touchdowns. So heading into the 2016 postseason, the 15-1 Panthers had all the confidence in the world. They scored 31 points against the Seahawks in the divisional round, then absolutely demolished the Cardinals in the NFC Championship. No one could stop this team, but then came the Super Bowl. That's when he finally met his match, the Denver Broncos defense. And you knew the game was over once this happened.
Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Warren.
Cam Newton decides not to dive in there.
Yeah, he backed away from it. He jumped away instead of jumping into the pile.
This dude just really quit in the middle of the Super Bowl. I mean, imagine getting stripped and then saying, nah man, I'm good. The other team can have the ball. But rather than taking accountability, Cam decided he had enough.
I know you're disappointed, not just for yourself and your teammates, because you guys talked about how you are a band of brothers coming in. And it's got to be real tough for anybody on line.
Man, Bro's a quitter and a sore loser. But real talk, let's cut this man some slack. Because even though Cam Newton let his emotions get the worst of him, he made sure not to pull a Kurt Warner. I mean, this dude had the Cardinals in prime position. Then in a heartbeat, his world flipped upside down.
Blitz, here they come. He gets it away, and it's picked off at the goal line. There's a flag thrown on the run back. James Harrison to run it back, and Harrison is past midfield. Harrison going down the sideline. Harrison still on his feet. Harrison is going to go all the way and waiting for the official to get there. Touchdown is signaled.
Sheesh. I'm gonna need an oxygen tank just from watching James Harrison. Speaking of which, there's still 9 insane plays remaining, and it wouldn't be my job if I didn't show you this.
That's your back. The blitz is on for Dallas. Pick it up. Red Swan out there. What a catch by Lynn Swan. Over and over, the long throw. Look at the tip now by Lynn Swan.
Wow, it's been almost 50 years, and I'm still at a loss for words. That is the only play that has me speechless. Because in 2013, Peyton Manning quite literally had the greatest season in NFL history. 5,477 passing yards and 55 passing touchdowns, both of which were NFL records. However, once the Broncos reached the Super Bowl, it was like Thanos had snapped his fingers and Manning completely disappeared.
That snapped over the head of Peyton Manning. A flag is down. The ball's out of the back of the end zone. Yeah, but just a miscommunication there. Peyton Manning is coming up to the line, and Manny Ramirez, the center, he doesn't know that. He snaps it over his head. And
One play into the game, and the Denver Broncos were a complete disaster. The rest of the game wasn't much different either. The Seahawks won in a blowout fashion, 43-8. And it's so bad, fans claim that the Seahawks paid the Broncos off still to this day. Speaking of which, do you know what I still can't get over? Our 7th play.
Allen sending him wide left. He has to reverse his field, but he gets away for a moment. Comes back up the middle of 40, 25, 40. Runs past 2 men at the 50, down to the 40, picking up a blocker, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Raiders!
This isn't just one of the best Super Bowl runs, it's one of the best runs, period. Yet it's still not as impressive as the catch that San Antonio Holmes made. His team was trailing 23-20 with 42 seconds remaining. It's hard to breathe, let alone do the unthinkable.
Pass time. Goes to the back of the end zone, and it is Does he get both feet down?
And I say he has both feet down and control of the ball.
Incredible!
First, the deadly accurate throw, then the absurd toe tap. This is everything the scriptwriters envisioned and more. However, not even the scriptwriters saw our fifth moment coming. But first, we gotta go back to the beginning, the very beginning. Because in 2005, tragedy struck and almost eliminated a football team in the process. See, on August 29th of 2005, Hurricane Katrina was ruthless. It destroyed the city of New Orleans and caused almost 2,000 casualties. Plus, the hurricane also caused extensive damage to the Louisiana Superdome. It was the worst-case scenario for the New Orleans Saints. Their city was back at square one, and so was their football team. But fortunately, they find a way to rebound. See, fast forward 5 years later, and the Saints did something no one thought was possible. They made the Super Bowl. However, heading into halftime, the Saints found themselves down by 4. That's when Sean Payton knew it was time for a gamble. A massive gamble. After all, there's no prize for second place.
We got to recover the onside kick, boys.
Thomas Morstead steps in the football, and it's an onside kick, and it's going to be covered up by Chris Reese, I believe.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
They're still fighting for it. No indication as yet. Breeze sets up the screen. Pierre Thomas. Thomas still on his feet. Down to the 5. Makes the move. He's going to score. 16 yards. And Pierre Thomas puts the Saints in the end zone for the first time tonight.
Man, Sean Payton just took the biggest risk of his career and turned it into the best thing that ever happened to him. In the second half alone, the Saints outscored Peyton Manning's Colts 25-7 from rebuilding their city to winning the Super Bowl. What a moment for the city of New Orleans. Yet for number 4, one single play proved the difference between losing and winning the Super Bowl. See, in 1999, the St. Louis Rams offense was unstoppable. The offense was led by MVP Kurt Warner and featured all-time greats like Torrey Holt and Hall of Famers Isaac Bruce and Marshall Faulk. They were so dominant that fans even nicknamed them the greatest show on turf. But all of that quickly became irrelevant in the 1999 Super Bowl. It was the Titans' chance to make a splash. With 6 seconds remaining in the game, the Titans were 10 yards away from a game-tying touchdown. Now the entire game rested on the Rams' defense. That's when something crazy happened.
It is caught by Dyson. Can he get in? No, he cannot. Mike Jones made the tackle, and the Rams have won the Super Bowl. $1 million free agent quarterback in preseason, winning the Super Bowl by a yard.
1 yard! Yeah, the Titans were 1 yard away from sending the game into overtime. But hey, that's why defense wins championships. However, Doug Peterson would argue the exact opposite to be true. In the end, the best offense trumps the best defense.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready? Here we go, here we go.
They're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Goes. Touchdown.
This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats, just going for it and to complete the pass.
With Nick Foles on your side and Peterson's massive cojones, the Patriots stood no chance. Yet for number 2, it's a moment that only Patriots saw coming. See this player? His name is Malcolm Butler. And in 2014, Butler was eager to hear his name called in the NFL draft. But instead, he waited and waited. Over 250 picks had passed, and not once was Malcolm Butler's name called. So instead, he took the undrafted free agency route. And fortunately, there was one team who was willing to take a chance on him, the New England Patriots. Nevertheless, Butler barely saw the field. He only started 1 out of 11 games played that season. But in the Super Bowl, with the game on the line, the Patriots called his name. In the biggest game of the year, Butler had the chance to prove all the doubters wrong. But even in his wildest dreams, he never saw this coming.
To 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Malcolm Butler, who almost made the phenomenal play.
And I'm sorry, but I can't believe the call.
Me neither.
I cannot believe.
Just when you think you've seen it all, this play shows you anything is possible. Now, I never expected the Seattle Seahawks to pass the ball on the goal line, but I guarantee that you also didn't expect our final moment. I mean, picture this. The year is 2008, and the New England Patriots have a chance to make history. They won 18 straight games, and now the only thing standing between them and a perfect season were the New York Giants. And with 75 seconds remaining, the Patriots seemed all but certain to turn their impossible dream into a reality. But then Eli Manning said, "Screw the script. I'm taking matters into my hands." What happens next will literally give you chills.
Eli Manning stays on his feet, airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree inside the 25. And this ball's thrown, and Tyree just goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down. And Eli, man, I don't know how he got out of there. I thought he was on the ground. And
wow, that catch was bonkers. But it's even crazier considering who caught it. David Tyree had only caught 4 balls all season, and now he was a household name. This no-name receiver from the middle of New Jersey just ended the Patriots' undefeated season. A miracle on the game's biggest stage. And if you believe in miracles, then you should click on the video on screen. Rumor has it, good things happen to those who do.